when you actually asked that question or made the point about human capabilities, it's
Mm,
about using AI to allow us to be more human.
mm,
So one of my favorite AI quote comes from Professor Fei-Fei Li. She's been an AI pioneer for a long time. She's not like one of these tech bros who just wants to talk it up so because it'll increase his stock price. She's been an AI pioneer for a long, long time. And basically, she says, AI is there for people. It's there to serve humanity. And that's the way we should be looking at that. That's a long game. That's a big picture. AI is there to help us, not to harm us or to detract from what makes us human. So the
mm,
more that we can use AI for things that we don't that are getting in the way of making us human, the better. So for example, like I use Google Maps on my phone all the time to go places. So if I'm going to a friend's place or going to a family like Easter gathering, whatever, and I'm using AI, Google Maps, which is AI, if I'm using Google Maps to find the best way with the least amount of traffic, I'm using it so I can get to a place that I can enjoy more time there with the people I care about. That's an efficient use of AI. That's an effective use of AI. And I'm not going to, just because Google Maps says, oh, it'll save me 5 minutes, I'm not going to say, oh, I've got an extra 5 minutes just to drive around before I get there, right? But lots of people use AI that way. They go, I've saved some time. That means let me go to something else in my inbox. Let's see what else is there that's urgent, but not necessarily important or seems urgent because it's sitting in my inbox.
mm. That's why I'm thinking, how do we really be intentional in the way that we use
Yeah.
AI? So if we were to fast forward into the future, what do you think would distinguish, leaders and organizations that use AI intentionally or wisely as opposed to those who might just use it um, in a less sort of intentional way?
Yeah, look, I'm very non-judgmental about this because people adopt AI at different rates. So there's not going to be a one size fits all. Um, but it's like going, let's say we had smartphones only 5 years ago, right? And you go, what's the difference? Like, what's going to distinguish organizations who now, where all their staff have smartphones versus those who don't? It's just a technology, it's just a tool. So what you want is that your organization has become AI positive. So I'm okay with AI positive. It doesn't need to be AI powered, but AI positive. And also, like, what did you say? 5 years or 10 years? What did you
Yeah,
say?
5, 10 years.
Yeah, let's say 5 years. Because no one knows what AI is going to look like in 10 years.
No.
Literally, no one knows what it's going to look like in 5 years either, but we can make a reasonable assumption, right? We can make some reasonable predictions. Um, there was some research done a couple of years ago, the year after ChatGPT was launched. I think Accenture did some, oh no, Amazon Australia did some research, and they said 8 out of 10 CEOs in Australia say that we're going to be an AI-powered organization, yeah, within the next 5 years. Okay, 8 out of 10. And I feel sorry for the other two, right? Because they don't believe that. So I reckon in 5 years' time, most organizations will be AI powered. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to have robots as our leaders. Definitely won't. Definitely won't. But we will be using AI as part of our natural workflow, the same way that we use laptops now and smartphones now and the internet now, maybe even electricity. So it'll just be a natural part of the way that we work.
Mm,
And some people won't be there yet, but they'll be AI positive. They'll still be going, okay, well, we see this as a good thing. How can we make it work? And I want everybody to be at least AI positive, which says, I know that AI is just going to be an integral part of our lives. And how can we continue using it? I often ask in my audiences, I go, look, who's excited by AI? And people put up their hands. I go, just realize if you're excited by it, great. And this is the worst it'll ever be. Okay, it's getting better and better, faster and faster, and it's just going to be with us.